I hit record before I was ready. Hello, Vlogo. While you may have seen me in previous vlogs, I've actually not picked up the camera in weeks because I don't have a good reason. I just didn't feel like it. Today, even though I think this will probably be either 2 or 3 vlogs ago because I'm still editing, you saw me set up my bedroom as a studio space. I think today I will probably be moving my studio from my bedroom because I have made the decision to not go back to my college campus this fall because I really am too worried that it's going to be a cesspool of infection, because that's what college is, and in the middle of a pandemic I'm really just not interested in catching a deadly disease. I'm probably going to be moving most of this, probably my monitor, my like paper organizer, things like that. Eventually, this is my printer and silhouette machine, although I sewed this cover for it because my cats like to jump on it. I don't want to get cat hair in any of the mechanisms. But I'll probably be moving this later when I can get some help for it, because I personally don't want to carry this giant 40-pound printer down 2 flights of stairs that are fairly steep because I'm clumsy. I just filmed a whole clip that was probably about 6 or 7 minutes long, but the battery died after the first minute, so then I was just talking to no one in a room by myself. Cool. As you can see, I am no longer in the room that my first 2 studio vlogs were in. I believe it's 2. I'm still in the process of editing them, but things are happening at the same time and the whole timeline is going to be really, really weird. But I decided to move my workspace from my bedroom down to the first floor of the house. So this space is the back bedroom of the lower apartment in our house. We live in a 2-family house, and we used to rent this space probably about close to a decade ago, but we haven't in a really long time, and this space was actually, we use as a guest bedroom, we use it for storage, and besides that it really isn't used. People barely come in here, and because my whole family is going to be home for the fall, we're all trying to figure out new workspaces, and personally having my workspace in my bedroom just a few feet from where I sleep is pretty bad for how my brain processes. I have a sleep disorder, so having stress space in the same space as my sleep space doesn't work very well for me. It probably doesn't work very well for most people, but I wanted to change my space from having my entire workspace upstairs to down here.
So I'm just coming in as Editing Joe, saying my younger brother decided to go to high school in person, so my older brother and I moved into the apartment that I was talking about for the time being while we were both in classes. He's doing a master's program, I'm finishing my undergraduate, but we basically wanted to limit the exposure within our family, so avoiding the if one person gets COVID, everyone gets COVID kind of thing. So we ended up switching things around a little bit. Obviously, this room that is my studio now that you've seen in other outros is not the room that I was standing in and talking in, but I did a bunch of stuff to that room to organize it. I cleared it out, I rearranged the furniture, and then you can see I did a little bit of kind of DIY projecting with it, but I just wanted to pop in and say that there are some inconsistencies in this video from what is currently happening, but I will explain that as we move forward.
But I thought I'd film all of that because I filmed my first studio setup, and 2 videos later we're doing a second studio setup. But I've already started doing some DIY things. I'm trying to do this as price consciously as possible because, as you can imagine, starting a business is expensive. So I'm not trying to buy really any furniture. Having things like shipped to the house is more complicated because I would have to disinfect everything, and going out to stores right now, even though it's August and most people are no longer taking the pandemic seriously, I still am, so I don't want to go into many stores. The only store that I've been to in the last month is I just went to the craft store and the hardware store at really weird hours to pick up paint because it needed to be mixed, and picking up a few things that I needed that were out of stock online but I knew were in stock in store, and I needed them to get my product photos done so I can get my shop set up.
As I mentioned before, I did some DIY projects. The main one being I upcycled this old bulletin board that was hanging in my childhood bedroom a long time ago. I took it down when I was in high school because it's completely covered in doodles. I tried to sand some of it off, but the ballpoint pen was pretty stubborn. So in the end, I just primed and painted it so that way I could have a bulletin board in my studio to post things up because I'm a pretty forgetful person. So as I mentioned before, I did all the cleaning and rearranging of this room, but my older brother ended up taking this as his bedroom, and I made this room, the living room, into my studio. The main reason is because Milo was moving down here with us. My older brother is allergic to cats, so it's important for him to have a space that can be completely cat-free. But yeah, August was a lot of work because I did end up setting up my studio, not only a second time, but a third time, because as I moved it in here. But we have rearranged things quite a bit. My older brother actually moved his desk into here, so it's kind of our general office space because he was having trouble working in his bedroom. It's the same reason that I never wanted to work in my bedroom. You know, just mixing work and sleep and rest at the same time doesn't always work. So yeah, we've made things work, but I just wanted to clarify what was happening, because I understand that as things shift around in my life, I didn't record absolutely everything. So I wanted to make sure that it was clear in this series of videos, because I just want to remain consistent. No, there is no particularly good reason why all of this footage of me making pasta is in this vlog. I thought maybe people would enjoy it. Mostly I did it because this took a lot of effort. And this was about 2.5 hours of manual labor, and I, for some reason, wanted to record that. And then I didn't know what to do with it, so it's here. Anyway, I made pasta. It was very tiring, and I forgot to take a picture, so oh well. Now back to your regularly scheduled programming. We spent an entire weekend cleaning out the apartment, working from the early morning late into the evening. It took a while to settle in, but in the end, we now have an apartment that feels homey and our own. Neither my brother nor I ever anticipated us living together as roommates in our parents' house, but we both feel lucky to have a roof over our heads and food on the table, especially in the middle of a pandemic. It was a surprisingly easy transition, although I guess now that we're no longer squabbling children, we get along pretty well. Despite the devastating destruction that has come along with this year, I have to be grateful for the time it has allowed me to spend reconnecting with my family. It's been nice to get to know each other and the people we've become in the time we've been away from home.
Oh, Dad, are you excited?
Hey Jake, this one's more your speed.
Huh?
This one's more yours.
Hey.
What is up? That was a really good way to start this. I just realized I look like a mess, which is because this is the first time I've seen myself in multiple hours. Okay, just an update. This is the bathroom. But I wanted to do it in a mirror because this camera's not good at when I turn it around on my face. An update, this is what my studio currently looks like. We're kind of ish done with the kitchen, but this is where my childhood twin bed used to be. And so I think I will be moving my printer shelving unit here, my desk along here. I started moving a lot of my supplies, focus, into this cabinet. I still have like boxes of supplies, but a lot of this stuff is not stuff I use very often, so things like textiles, some older pencils and things like that that I don't use that often, so I think I might actually just keep them in the boxes and maybe put the boxes in a closet or something. I'm fairly certain I forgot to hit record because I started watching a new show. And because of that, just set up the camera and then didn't record anything. But this evening I made new shrink plastic earrings. So this is the first batch that I made last week. So they had some geometric designs and these kind of big mugs that turned out to be kind of heavy. And then I did some of the beetle drawings I did. I just like copied them, or not really. I looked at the drawing and rejigged it a little bit. And then, you know, other kind of more organic shapes, as well as these little leafy hoops. But then this evening I did these little rose citrus. There was a lime, but when it was in the oven it curled up on itself, and when it came out the hole was obscured. This is not where you should be, buddy. So I have these 3 citrus. I was thinking about drawing a new lime, or I was thinking about putting these 3 kind of warm colored citrus on a chain as a necklace, because I think that would also be cute. Then I did these leaf designs. I don't think that it's not gonna focus. Oh, there we go. I don't think that it's actually, I don't think that I would actually sell this pair because it's folded in on itself a little bit, and so the back is not completely flat. So if I did sell these would be a B grade for sure. Then I have these 2 different, here I'll get one of each. I have these 2 different fern palm leaves. One of them has a lot of, okay, let's see if we can do that. Sorry, I'm working with a new filming setup. There we go. One of them has some detailing in it. I don't know, is this going to focus? Some of this has some detailing in it, and the other is just solid. So I drew the solid one, and then I added all the detail to it, but then I realized that I really liked it mostly as a solid shape, so I drew another one set without adding the detail to it, and I like those better, actually, a lot more. And then these, which are kind of my squiggly leaves that I do quite a lot in my illustrations. My hands are a wreck. These are bug bites, and yeah, really with the close-ups of my hands, that they are not cute. Not going to be a hand model anytime soon. And then I did smaller versions of the mug earrings. They're a little bit different just in the steam and stuff. Oops. They're a little bit different in the steam, but I did them smaller because I thought the design was really cute, but I wanted them to be a lot lighter because once you coat things in resin, it adds a decent amount of heft. Then these, I also did these kind of fork and spoon ones last time. Then these are going to be, I'm going to rearrange them. So these are going to be a set of earrings, so berries. So on this side we have a strawberry flower, and a strawberry leaf, and I just need to attach these with jump rings. And then this is raspberry, blueberry, and then a little leaf. And I thought it would be interesting. I really like the idea of mismatched earrings, so while I did some like matching pairs, I really like that like these 2 are similar, but they're not the exact same design. Same with this pair, and the beetles, and the mugs being different colors. And so I thought it would be cool to do berries, because I love berries. It reminds me of just summertime in general, because I always pick berries, raspberries in our backyard, and when my family goes up to Maine, we pick wild blueberries, and this year we also picked wild strawberries because we went earlier in the season. So these are kind of my berries of summer earrings that I really wanted to make. Yeah, I really enjoyed doing this. It was a really fun project, and I definitely think I'm going to make more. I think this will be a smaller run in the shop if I do sell them in the shop. I definitely think that if I do these as a product run, it will be in a shop update most likely months from now, which means I'd probably redesign quite a lot of these. So maybe the mugs would stay because those can work for fall or winter, and maybe the red leaves, and maybe I'd do these patterns in different colorways, but I feel like citrus is very summery. Obviously these are summer berries, but could do some geometric ones, some kind of cute fork and spoon ones, and maybe the beetle buds, but all things that need to be considered. This was very rambly. I haven't really been talking to the camera all that much since I've been moving, so most of the footage I've taken is just like probably going to be time-lapsed, or you can have music over it because I was either watching a show or listening to music that is definitely not royalty free. So this is the project that I did this evening. It was really fun. Next time I do this, because I'm definitely going to do it again, I will remember to film it, and maybe I'll make a little tutorial on how I make these earrings.
Hi, I am back. Just to wrap up the video, I once again don't have an outro from Past Me because Past Me just kept filming and never considered the starting and stopping points of videos. Classic. So I just wanted to come in, wrap it up, basically say thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate that you took all of the time. This is a really long video. It was 30 minutes long. At least at the time of editing it, it was about 30 minutes long. I'm gonna go back and try to cut a few things, but it's pretty long-winded, so hopefully that's what you signed up for. But I just wanted to say thanks. Thanks for stopping by my channel. I am so thankful for all the support. Just to get all of the shameless self-promotion out of the way, if you feel like it, it would be wonderful if you could subscribe. I will also link my Instagram below, which I post on every single day. I am currently in the process of doing Peachtober when this video is going up, so that's fun and exciting, a new challenge for me. I have never done a daily drawing, painting, anything challenge, so that's been fun and interesting. And I will also link my Etsy shop below, which is most of what this channel is about. The next video is really getting into shop stuff. I know this because I already have the footage for it. I am way in the future of all of my studio vlogs, but the next video is kind of getting my shipping supplies in and really trying to figure out packaging and things like that. So hopefully you can look forward to that. I personally love that kind of video, so hopefully you do too. Maybe that's why you're here. But I really, 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 really from the bottom of my heart appreciate all the time that you have taken out of your day to spend some time with me here on the internet. So that's it from me. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next week.